Part 19, The Shortening of Days on the Flat Earth. Jesus' Magnus Opus. What is the shortening of days? Well, let's see what Jesus said about it. Then I will show you what he was talking about. Matthew 24:22, King James Version. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Jesus is talking about how the days will be shorter or less than the normal 24-hour day. How can that happen? Well, thanks for asking, because I'm about ready to show you. Our sun is not this. It is this: visible white light created at the focal point from a lens. Optics. People, go and watch Primer Fields 1 through 3 if you haven't already. The pyramids, or Z-pinch in plasma physics lingo, is what produces the spiraling plasma. Example of another Z-pinch above us. The Z-pinch, also known as the zeta pinch, is a type of plasma confinement system that uses an electrical current in the plasma to generate a magnetic field that compresses the plasma. Another example of Z-pinch above us. Remember, the plasma tube of light that creates the focal point of light, our sun in the sky, spirals and pulses. Here is a spiral caught red-handed in the Primer Fields 2 at 8:42. The more illuminated plasma spiral tube I've been talking about can clearly be seen in this experiment. Real science. The pulse of plasma light can clearly be seen at 2142. Plasma pulses fast because it is on a very small scale. Our plasma above us takes 365 days for a full pulse because of its vast size. And the same thing with one revolution of the spiral. If diameter of flat plane is 24,000 miles and it takes 24 hours for one revolution, then the speed of the spiral would be 1,000 miles per hour. Remember that everything is electromagnetic in nature. Not some things, everything. Homework: learn about Birkeland currents. That is why fluids need to travel in a spiral action. Birkeland currents equals spiral movement. An example of Birkeland current above us. Remember the center circle of the Vajra? And the yin-yang, or the way the light hits our flat plane? Looks just like the bottom view of a spiraling Birkeland current, because it is. Back to the question at hand, how can the shortening of days happen? The exact same way a figure skater gets faster as they bring their arms in. Angular momentum. Arms out, slower. Arms in, faster. Angular momentum. The plasma spiral is getting tighter and faster from the final surge of electricity before the change of direction of current. The change of direction of current is what causes the catastrophe and ushers in the red sky. So as the spiral gets tighter and faster, the plasma tube of light increases in speed. It will then traverse the entire flat plane in less time, or less than 24 hours. The days will be less than a normal 24-hour period, or the shortening of the days. Recap: plan, prepare, and survive. Get an analog clock. Battery powered is preferred. Do not have your computer or devices get automatic time updates. Monitor real time versus the controller's time. Compare the real time to sunset and sunrise times where you live. You will know when the shortening of days that Jesus warned you about is happening if you keep track of time. Shout out and a big thank you to Marie W., one of my subs who completed her homework from part 18.